Can you be constipated while on carnivore diet? We will talk about it in today's video. Welcome back to my channel. Will I be constipated for the rest of my life if I go carnivore? That is one of the most common questions I get when people are thinking about going on the carnivore diet. Not surprisingly, the mainstream belief is that fiber is necessary to have a bowel movement. And the short answer is not very likely. In fact, people, especially those with idiopathic constipation, myself included, will see a resolution of constipation by removing all the fiber from their diet. And this will actually happen quite quickly. Most people that think they're constipated, actually they are not. And in very, very few cases, there may be a case of constipation despite being on the carnivore diet. So let's examine all of these scenarios. If you look up a textbook definition of constipation, you will see that it is defined as fewer than 3 bowel movements a week and or difficulty of passing of the stool. And remember the difficulty of passing of the stool because it is relevant to what I'm going to say next. If you ask your doctor what causes constipation, most likely you will be told that there is not enough fiber in your diet. That is the most common explanation. You don't drink enough water, you don't have enough physical activities, or there is a category called idiopathic constipation. We tried all the solution and nothing works and you are still constipated, and it doesn't matter how much water you drink and how much you fiber take with it, you're still constipated. Because of this belief that fiber is critical to having a bowel movement, people that have history of constipation, and that was the case with me, will try all kind of different fibers. And I remember importing fibers from all kind of different part of the world. Let me tell you, there's nothing helped. I was still constipated. And so one day you go carnivore and then your body is like, what's going on here? I am getting a break. Because you can think of fiber, especially the insoluble one, as the one that it kind of irritates your bowels to actually get the muscles going to push stuff down. Other thing that the fiber does, it will cause the bulking of the fecal matter. So if you stop eating it all together, there will be a lot of changes in your gut that you might not expect. When you eat only meat, your body will take its time to digest and absorb every last nutrient that is present in your food, and there is no fiber and no other anti-nutrients that your body has to get rid of. So naturally, you don't have to go to the bathroom this often. For sure not every day, at least in the beginning. So the thing that often happens with people that are starting out on the carnivore diet and there are changes to their bowel movement is that the body takes longer to process all the food and they stop going to the bathroom every day, and the first thought is, oh, I must be constipated because I stopped eating all the fiber. However, when they do go to the bathroom, let's say 3 days later, 4 days later, even a week later, they have no trouble passing off the stool. And if that is the case with you, you actually aren't constipated. But this is a very common misconception with people that go on the carnivore diet and they have fewer bowel movements than prior to going carnivore. They tend to think that they're constipated, but in fact, they have no trouble going to the bathroom. It's just that their body takes longer and kind of enjoys absorbing of all the nutrients a lot more. Another thing to keep in mind is when you are on the carnivore diet, your satiety levels are a lot higher, so people tend to eat not as much and a lot less frequently, and that also translates to a fewer bowel movement. However, if you are going to the bathroom 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days later with no problems and you're passing your stool with an ease, you are not constipated. If you check with Paleomedicina, a clinic that developed paleo-ketogenic diet version of the carnivore diet, they will tell you that even if you have a bowel movement once every 10 days and you have no problem of going to the bathroom otherwise, you're not constipated. In some rare cases, despite of being on the carnivore diet, people will deal with constipation. Personally, I have not come across anybody that went on a carnivore diet, stayed on it for a few months and still had constipation. But I heard of a few cases like this, and there are a few hypotheses as to why this is happening. One of them may be a severe deficiency in magnesium. And if you think this may be a case with you, I wouldn't just jump into supplementing of magnesium, but I would actually get the proper diagnosis. And so hold your nose and see your doctor and get tested. Other hypothesis is that there may be some serious disturbances to your gut microbiome, and even if you are doing the carnivore diet successfully, it is unable to fix the changes to your gut flora. And in this case, you may benefit from supplementing with a really good quality probiotic or making it yourself, things like sauerkraut or pickles or homemade kefir or homemade yogurt. The great news is that if you are diagnosed with the so-called idiopathic constipation, carnivore diet more than likely will resolve it. There actually have been studies conducted where they removed from the participants' diet all fiber, and all of those, I believe it was 63 participants that had idiopathic constipation, saw the resolution of this condition. I will find the studies and link it in the description box. Check it out, it is fascinating. It happened exactly this way with me. I had constipation for most of my adult life. When I went carnivore in about 10 days, my constipation was resolved to never come back again. Even though I got pregnant again, even though during pregnancy I brought back some fiber in the form of fruit, which was about 20% of my daily calories, constipation did not come back. My belief is it had to do with my gut microbiome, but probably everybody is different, so maybe it's your gut microbiome, or maybe there are some other mineral or vitamin deficiencies that you can address with the carnivore diet. So remember, if you're on the carnivore diet and everything is going well, and you go to the bathroom a lot less frequently than prior to being on the carnivore diet, but you are going without any problems, even if it's every 7th day or even every 10th day, you aren't constipated. Now, in some rare cases, you are doing the carnivore diet correctly for a few months and you still have issues with the number 2. Do not ignore it. Go see your doctor, even if you have to hold your nose. Get properly tested and get to the bottom of what is really going on in the body. Very important, do not ignore your constipation if you are doing carnivore diet successfully for the last few months. Alright, this will do it for this week's video. If you haven't yet, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!